Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here, SportsView360.com, covering the New Orleans Saints. And today I just want to talk about something that came about, a few days ago in regards to, um, the New Orleans Saints and their search for a new head coach. Somebody, few people, saw a few posts out there, bring up the idea of Pete Carroll um, coming in there and becoming the head coach of the team. I just want to just share a few thoughts on that real quick. Would that be a good idea? Would it make sense? Would it work? How long would he be here? To me, man, I mean, the biggest issue with Pete Carroll, man, is his age, man. Is his age. He's been in the league for quite some time. I know that he's going to come in there and establish a culture because that's what the Saints need right now going forward. They need somebody to come in and build the culture. Somebody that could come in and rebuild the culture that used to be so powerful that it could handle even the most toughest players, the most difficult players to deal with on any other NFL rosters. The Saints didn't have any issues with those type of players. You had team players once they leave used to brag about how you know strong the Saints coach was, how strong the Saints locker room was. But I think right now you can't get that to happen right now. That won't happen right now. Real talk. And I know Pete Carroll wouldn't have an issue with that. But you know the way things transpired in Seattle, it wasn't a good look. They fired him. Whatever however you want to call it, part ways with him, dismissed him, resigned. They let him go. When took hired another defensive guy, but more on the younger side, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? But Pete Carroll has a strong resume. I think outside of I would say like a Mike Vrabel right now, out of the retreads that are in the circle right now in the coaches candidate bubble right now, he has the strongest. Okay, I mean, we can't really count Belichick anymore because he's employed right now. He's in the college ranks. But Pete Carroll has won a Super Bowl, appeared in another Super Bowl. Have won. Led the Seahawks to multiple division titles. Have had one of the league's um, historic defenses during his tenure. The Legion of Boom had all that during this time in Seattle. Discovered Russell Wilson. Made the decision, the bold decision, even though they had signed Matt Flynn at the time to be the projected starter. He made the bold decision to go with a rookie. Russell Wilson was a third round pick, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure Pete Carroll is not worried about, you know, guys like Derek Carr's dead money and things like that, his contract. He's not afraid he wouldn't be afraid to come in and bench Derek Carr. He wouldn't be. And go with a guy like a Spencer Rattler. Or even a Jay Hayner if it came down to it. Pete Carroll, this is a whole different animal, man. Whole different animal with Pete Carroll. You know what I'm saying? But the question is he what the Saints need right now? You know what I mean? Is he what the New Orleans Saints need right now? You know? Would he be well, how long would he be here? You know what I'm saying? To me, if you had to go with a guy like a Pete Carroll, he would I view it as more of like a caretaker. He's somebody that could come in, for like 2 years, at most two to 3 years at minimum during the cap cleanup years. Have good drafts, acquire picks, establish a culture. They play hard for him. You know what I'm saying? But don't get to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Fight to the end. Then somebody else comes in and you flush with cap space, got the quarterback, got the draft picks, and you're ready to go. That's what it would be to me. Kind of similar to what happened with the Detroit Lions, where Matt Patricia was the head coach, and they had one of the worst teams. I think obviously the one of the worst 2 year runs for a head coach during that time, and they had draft picks, but they fired Patricia, hired Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell comes in, they make a few more good draft picks. They flush with cap space, and you see what you see right now with the Detroit Lions. They were able to pay all of their good players, and they're competing for a championship right now. That's what it would be to me. A coach that comes in not like a long term option, not a 10-year guy, but somebody that comes in for a short period, during a transition, and you hand it over to somebody else. Now, who would that be? You know what I'm saying? Like, if that would be somebody, would that be part of the package where Pete Carroll coaches for 2 years, and then you hand it over to somebody else? Who would that be? You know what I'm saying? Because I know Pete Carroll got a lot of crazy ideas, man. That helped out the Seahawks during that time, and the Seahawks didn't have a whole lot of down years under Pete Carroll, where they didn't miss where they didn't make the playoffs, because that team competed every year for at least a playoff berth. There was some like 1 or 2 years where they were completely out of it, but other than that, man, the Seahawks were dominant for a long time, were relevant for a very long time, and you still see that today. You know, he also, he doesn't. He was one of the main ones responsible for the resurgence of Geno Smith. He got the playoffs with Geno Smith. Geno Smith got paid mainly in part because of Pete Carroll's decision to go with him as the starting quarterback. He also orchestrated the Russell Wilson trade. You know, he won. I mean, the Seahawks dominated that trade, so he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be opposed to this, but I don't know if that's the same. If he is what the Saints would need right now. Just the age. You know what I mean? I don't know, but there are people out there that won't have an issue with this. So I mean, it don't really, not really a big thing to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really hung up into if the coach had ties to Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis in the past. I'm just worried about, is it the right person? Is it the right person is that coach going to be the right person that could come in and turn his team around and get it back to the levels of what it once was a few years ago? That's what I'm really concerned about. You know, Pete Carroll may be a little too old, bro, for that, bro, right now. You know what I'm saying? I know he has a lot of energy and things like that, but I don't know if he would want to deal with, you know, the cap issues and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So while this would be an intriguing option, I don't know if it would be the right move, to the right decision to bring in Pete Carroll only for a couple of years and then you hire somebody else, because it could easily go haywire. You know what I'm saying? His defenses weren't that good during his final years with that team, despite with the Seahawks, despite the personnel that he had. You know, but I know that this team would be uh, playing hard under him. They would have established a culture under him, because that's one of Pete Carroll's strengths right there, establishing cultures. He did it at USC. He did it in Seattle. He had one of the longest runs, one of the best runs in NFL history in the current era. In this era that we're in is, I would say, the past era in the 2010s, where Seahawks became one of the most dominant franchises in the NFL during that run, and he's able to do it with a defense that played very physical, despite the rules that were being implemented. You know, so that's something to think about, man. I mean, Pete Carroll, he's an intriguing option, but to me, overall, I think the Saints should keep looking, man. Keep looking. Even if you don't get the big name, you never know which of these guys could be the next, Sean Payton, the next Sean McVay. You know what I'm saying? The next Matt LaFleur. Fine, keep looking at one of these, these lesser known candidates out there. But Pete Carroll, I mean, would be an intriguing option for the Saints if they had to go that direction. You know, but I know this team wouldn't mail it in. I'll keep saying that. If they had Pete Carroll, this team would be fighting in each and all of these games. So we'll see how it all play out. All right, so that's y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. How would you feel about the Saints hiring Pete Carroll to become the next head coach? And also check out sportsview360.com/Saints for latest content on the New Orleans Saints organization. Have a blessed day. Happy New Year's. I'm out. Peace.